Hi there and welcome to the May edition of our Fisheries feedback video. It seems like only yesterday we were doing the month before, but we were a bit late last month because the fish decided to spawn and that made life very busy, very hectic for Del and Jim at the hatchery. But we're on schedule now, and as Jim predicted, May was a bumper month, particularly for the tench, so we got some fabulous fish to show you, and well done to everybody that has submitted for the competitions and put some incredible fish up on our Facebook page. We've also got all our usual announcements and features, news about the upcoming opening day on July the 4th. So plenty to get through, so let's get on with it. Well, Del, yeah, you look fit and healthy. Is that because Jim's been doing all the strimming?
Oh yeah, well it's no good having a dog and barking yourself, is it? So,
I think you just broke several HR rules there.
Oh well, I do that on a daily basis.
Anyway, Jim looks like he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, he has. He's looking tanned and suitably worn out. So yeah, it's obviously working. He's working hard.
Well, we took a few pictures up. I know he's been at Calcott, he's been at Afton. In fact, I think he's done most of it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think there's just, I mean, what are we now? We're on Monday now, Monday before the start of the season. So he's probably got about half a dozen left to do, and then they're all done. And then he'll probably turn around and start doing them all again because we've got rain. So yeah, it's a bit like painting the Humber Bridge.
Very much so, very much so. Now the hatchery, I was down there this morning and we'll come on to that in a minute, but it's been pretty productive down there, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah, we've had a reasonable year. The chub and the barbel have done really quite well. You know, this is still our third year doing this, and we started literally from the bottom, next to no experience of this sort of stuff. So every day is a school day in there, and we are slowly but surely sort of getting there. Our processes now, I think we've got sorted. It's just a matter of refining what we do to get the sort of best out of what we're doing.
So how many fish are you anticipating we might be releasing this July?
We're going to be somewhere. I mean, look, it's difficult because these things are sort of 10 mil long. So, you know, I gave up counting when I got the 10 and run out of fingers. So I would estimate we're going to be sticking in somewhere between about 60,000 and 80,000 chub, barbel and dace this year.
Well, that's 60 to 80,000 chub, barbel and dace that wouldn't have made it past the crate.
Yeah, and you know, I was speaking to somebody today, and the more I do this, the more I'm in absolute wonderment that we got anything in our rivers, let alone, you know, what we've got, because, you know, they are just so vulnerable, and the slightest thing that's wrong and, you know, you're losing tens of thousands. So when they're out in the wild, it amazes me that we get any at all. Well,
it's a wonderful thing, nature, and it's good to give it a hand.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what this project's all about. It's not about putting, I'm sick of myself saying it, but it's not about putting fish in the river for anglers to catch. That will be a consequence of us achieving what we want to achieve, and that's a sustainable breeding population in the river.
Absolutely. Well, interestingly, you talked about people who come to visit, and the people we're talking to today. Can't say too much, but we had John Bailey down to see us and the production crew from Gone Fishing, the Whitehouse and Mortimer programme, which is, I think, in its 7th or 8th series now.
Yeah, I think it's 8 series.
Is it really?
It's 8, yeah.
Well, they seem to be very keen to do a piece on the Canal and feature the hatchery, which will be great publicity for our project, wouldn't it?
It'll be massive. I mean, certainly when I started all of this off, I never dreamt for 1 minute it'd get the interest that it's getting, and yeah, that's a big feather in our cap. I'm a little bit worn out today because I've answered the same question about 100 times.
Well, I won't ask you it again.
It's great. It's good to see the interest. It's good to see, you know, our members. You know, I mean, they're fantastic. The guys that are putting in money, you know, £10 here, £5 here, all makes a difference. And, you know, let's hope that we can manage to turn things around.
Well, we always said the issue for us wasn't really raising money at the start because it was shiny and new. It was keeping momentum going. Yeah. And if we can get ourselves on national TV, that's undoubtedly going to help.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, you know, I know we said this right from the off, sort of years 2, 3. You're in the doldrums. No one's going to see anything in the river. This, that, and the other. And we thought that, you know, interest would wane a little bit. But to be fair, it hasn't. You know, people are still contributing, and it's quite humbling actually. That, you know, some idiot in an hat has decided to do this, and you know, everyone's supporting it. So it's great.
Talking of idiots in a hat, there was one idiot I phoned up the other day when it was, I think, 35 degrees. And you chose that day to sit on a digger doing the car park at Northmore.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, oh geez, talk about planning. The thing is, you know, whenever you're doing stuff like that, I've got to get materials bust there, and it's all got to be ordered in advance, and this, that, and the other. And we had to get their permissions in place, and all sorts of things, and the digger had to be available. So it had to be that day. And wow, I mean, anyone that knows anything about machinery, particularly diggers, our digger is a 3-ton digger. So essentially, you are sat on the engine. So not only, which is brilliant in the winter, because I'm shut in there and Jim's outside freezing and I'm nice and warm. But of course, this time of the year, you're sat on an engine that's trying to cook itself, and you're sat in a glass greenhouse, and oh, it was just absolute murder.
I've been nagging you about that car park since last winter, so you've got no sympathy for me whatsoever. Let's just put a picture up of the Northmore car park. Great job. Because that was problematic, that area, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've had a few reports of people having to push their cars out and this, that, and the other, because it gets extremely boggy in there. Yeah. And now, you know, they shouldn't have to do it, provided they're sensible and they park in the right place.
Oh, absolutely. Right, well, we're going to end the fishery management report on just a little moan. We have had some complaints. The very wonderful Kimberly Wilcox went to fish Brownlee the other day and had to fill up a plastic bag with litter, and we don't like that, do we?
No, we don't. And look, you know, our rules state that you are responsible for the swim that you're in. So in theory, you should never ever see any litter anywhere. Now, to say that no one's left any litter is a lie, because we've all done it. Something blows away or whatever. But this is more than that. This is people leaving cans. It's people leaving, you know, bait wrappers, that sort of stuff. And look, you know, we try our damnedest to keep these places nice, and it's really unfortunate that members have got to go round and clear up other people's rubbish, and it shouldn't happen. And believe me, if I catch whoever is doing that sort of stuff, they will not fish a Redden District water ever again. So for the sake of 30 seconds picking up your litter, you can save yourself losing your permit.
This is an official warning. Thanks very much. Well, Dale, we're only a few weeks to the open day now, and I don't know about you, I'm quite excited about this one. It's a pretty good lineup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something that's evolving all the time, and I think we're getting a little bit better at it. I certainly don't panic like I did the first few that we do. But yeah, I mean, we've got a hell of a lineup this year. I mean, probably one of the best all-round anglers in the country at the moment, certainly in the public eye. Yeah,
Mr. Bowler, all on our posters in local tackle shops.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a big draw. Obviously the boot sale, everyone loves the boot sale. And, you know, there'll be lots of demonstrations, lots of sort of, we're actually getting tackle companies and what have you asking us now, not the other way around.
That's what we like.
Yeah. So things are getting good. So be there, be square, basically.
What I'm really pleased about is, I mean, some of these single species groups in angling are a bit suspect. The group I've always had a lot of time for are the tench fishers, really good guys, and quite a few of our Redden District members are actually members of the tench fishers. And Dave agreed to come along. They're going to have a stall, which is great, and they're going to do a kind of workshop on modern tench fishing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I understand you persuaded Martin Bowler to sit in on the panel as well?
Yes, yeah, Martin will be here for the day. We've got him for the day, so he'll be on the panel, he'll be answering questions and generally walking around. And
what's he doing in the afternoon? What's his talk on?
It's going to be the trials and tribulations of a professional angler. I think that's how he's going to sort of sell it. And that'll be really quite interesting and a bit of an eye-opener, I should think, as well.
Well, I'm sure it'll be interesting. And the other thing I'm really pleased about is we've got Andy Dodd and Jem Fox doing carp on the fly.
Yep.
That's a new development.
Yes, yeah, last couple of years it's started to get sort of quite popular. People love fly fishing. It's something different. It's something that a lot of people want to have a go at, but feel a little bit intimidated because of the stigma that surrounds sort of fly fishing, and you know, you got to have +4s on and a cravat and all that, and nothing could be further from the truth. And sort of with the carp fishing on the fly, you know, it's just a little bit of an opportunity for people to come in and have a go, and who knows, they might actually sort of, you know, go on to be a fly fisherman.
Who knows? Who knows? Just to remind people of the times, it starts at 10:30 on Saturday, July the 4th at Farnham Flint. Parking is going to be on the site over the road or down at Pingewood, right?
Yes, that's it.
So it's a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, so you know, there's if you get here early, then you'll get a slot closer to where everything is happening. If you're a little bit later, then you're going to be up in Pingewood. But obviously, people will come and go and what have you. But you know, look, you're talking a 5-minute walk, and it's not like it's, you know, down the side of the M4 or something like that. You know, you're walking around Englefield Lagoon, you know, which is a beautiful lake. So, you know, just have a nice quiet stroll. It's not difficult.
Obviously, for stall holders, that's parking on site. Car booters parking on site, and blue badge holders parking on site as well. But for everybody else, it's off-site parking, but it really is pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is if you can car share, because, you know, that's a lot easier. Anybody that has got any mobility problems or anything like that, then there's not a problem. We can have a drop-off zone where you can be dropped off and then go and park the car with somebody who's a little bit more able-bodied or whatever. But we'll do our best. But like I say, just prepare yourself that you might have to have a 5-minute stroll.
Lovely job. Right, let's move on to other announcements. The coaching program, I'll put the leaflet up now. We've got a number of dates in the diary where people can book on for our excellent coaching team, and of course they'll be there on the open day throughout the day. So turn up on the day, book yourself a slot, and you can either get involved with the catch a carp on Wilmots or some basic fishing for the first time on Callow's Pool. Steve Reed continues to do an excellent job running our Better Fishing Academy. I think they're not all sold out yet, but they're certainly getting that way. We've got a stick float session on August the 8th on the Kennet at Seal. So with some of our top match anglers will be talking people through the basics of stick float fishing, which is an art in itself. There's a barbel session on the evening of the 19th of August, and a very popular Thames session, which I imagine we'll hold again at Southstoke with some of our Thames specialists, certainly people like Michael Dazil and others. That will be on September the 12th. So check that out on the website, and if there are places available, get yourself on there quick, because they certainly fill out, and they're very popular, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and they're well worthwhile. I mean, we had another instance only a few days ago where somebody that went on to one of the Better Fish Academies entered a match on Wilmots, and he actually qualified for the final. Now, before he's new back into fishing, he's come back into fishing after 30 years or so of not fishing. Didn't have a clue, because it is a bit of a minefield if you go away and then come back into it. And he's taken advantage of all of the stuff that we provide. And here he is, he's entering and doing well in matches. So they're worth doing.
Smashing. Well, I'm sure Steve will be pleased to hear that, Del. Right, I think it's probably time we roll the picture gallery now. Well, Dale, not a bad gallery at all, was it?
No, not at all.
It's pretty good. So let's highlight a couple of things. One from sort of left field, if you like. Obviously, we've got our fly fishing section on Upper Benyons. Lovely picture there from Mark Turner of a nice brownie on the fly.
Yeah, it's actually really quite refreshing, actually, because in years gone by, and this isn't a slight on anyone that's been in that syndicate in years gone by, but they've struggled a little bit. Whereas this year, we're actually hearing of quite a few coming out. And
but can I just interrupt? Was that not because the mayfly was prolific this year?
Could well be. There was a lot of mayfly around. I mean, I even managed to catch one this year, although I didn't catch one on a mayfly. Look, it's all about timing. It's all about water clarity. It's about, particularly with the trout, being there at the right time. You can literally be there all day and you won't see a fish. And then for a 20-minute period, when the mayfly start to hatch, boom, it's alive. And that's the time to be fishing. And I think people are starting to get wise to this, hence why we're starting to see more getting caught.
Do you know what? It occurred to me as you were talking then, of course, why has the Kennet been flowing well through this dry period? It's because the water, the aquifer was so full in the winter, the springs are discharged. So the water in the Kennet's been clearer. And the one thing that absolutely screws up the fly fishing is when you get high water in the spring and it's muddy and algae and the rest of it.
That's it.
So you've had clear, fast water in it. So it's perfect, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative. Of course it is. I mean, the bottom end of the river isn't as clear as the top end of the river. We could sit here forever and a day talking about that. But I mean, if you've got a charged aquifer, that means springtime, you're getting fresh water coming into it. If we have an uncharged aquifer, i.e. a really dry winter, then all you're relying on is runoff, which is all going to be murky, it's going to be warm, you're going to get algal blooms, you're going to get all that sort of stuff that goes with it. So it's been the perfect winter followed by the perfect spring, if you like.
Well done, Mark, and thanks for that picture, and well done everyone else that's caught some of those big trout. Okay, one other person I want to highlight is young Benjamin Scott. Now, Ben is a dead keen angler, loves to fish Cottage Lane and Brownlee and Wilmots. I had a bit of a nag at him the other day about the way he poses with the fish. Because he had the light behind him and the pictures were never very good. But I think this one is...
He's starting to learn.
He's
starting to learn.
And he caught it on the lift method as well.
There's no finer way. I mean, I know a lot of the tench guys and what have you, the big tench guys are fishing on the bottom with feeders and this, that and the other, but in my book, they only count if you catch them on a float.
Well, your book is a strange and wonderful.
It is a strange
and wonderful place.
Yeah.
Right, well, you get to choose the Redland District photo of the month for May. And who have you gone for?
Well, as always, it's difficult. There's 4 or 5 photos that it could have gone to, but the one we've chosen this month is Mason Wyborn with his 21-pound carp from Brownlee. Perfect. I mean, look at the fish. I mean, if you were to pick a carp, that would be it. Right shape, right everything, and he looks pleased as punch to have caught it, and I know that's a well-deserved fish. So Mason, give us a shout, drop us a message. We'll make sure that your prize, courtesy of Rod Hutchison and Bait Tech, is in the hut, along with a brand spanking new Redland District, I want to say bobble hat, but that's a bit old-fashioned. Beanie, yes, so a beanie. Well done, Mason.
Congratulations for me, Mason. So, on to the... Oh, hang on. Don't we do 40s now or not?
We do, yes. You're jumping ahead.
I am. Right, okay.
So lagging behind, one of the two.
Yeah, so it's the prize draw for the 40 sunglasses.
Yes, we've chosen someone at random that subscribes. Anyone that watched last month, we were having some issues with, we used to do a birthday draw. We've decided now to do someone that subscribes to our YouTube channel. So we picked someone at random out of our subscribers on our YouTube channel, and I'm glad to say, Alan, good lad. You've won yourself a set of 40s sunglasses, courtesy of those guys. They help us out quite a bit, and they're really nice glasses, to be fair. Again, give us a shout. We'll make sure they're in the hut for you to come along and collect. And congratulations, and thanks for the support.
Smashing. Okay, now we'll move on to Fish of the Month. This is my shout. Jim, as I said earlier, predicted a bonanza for tench, and the boy was not wrong. We have all sorts of wonderful fish that would normally win it submitted. I mean, Kevin Hargreaves, let's stick his pictures up. Braceted £9 tench.
Yep.
Fabulous achievement. Adam Bass, very, very competent tench angler. £9 10-ounce tench, fabulous fish. Andrew Cameron, £10 2-ounce tench, and he's been having a blinding season on the tench. I'm sorry, guys, I'm afraid you've been eclipsed, and it's from someone that actually won it a couple of months ago. John Baker has a tench brace of a lifetime. On the same session, he had an £11 and a 9.4 tench. We can't ignore that.
No.
John, you are the winner of the May Fish of the Month. Once again, you have another £50 Angling Direct voucher and a Redland District trophy to put on your wall. So congratulations, John. Keep catching those monsters, and give me a shout and we'll do the handshake and the handover of the voucher in due course.
Yeah, well done. I think we'll have to nobble him for next month somehow.
Well, maybe.
If he keeps winning, we're going to have to nobble him.
Well, I just had a look because I added in some of the other tench in there. How many angling clubs would see a £9 tench, a 9.4, a 9.8, a 9.10, a 10.2 not win their Fish of the Month prize?
Yeah,
and they're the ones we know about. Never mind the ones caught by the carp.
I mean, the carp anglers catch double-figured tench regularly and don't report them. So yeah, I mean the tench fishing on our bigger pits is nothing short of remarkable at the moment.
Yeah, it's not easy, but the rewards are there. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okie doke. I think all we have to do now is to hear from the words of wisdom from Jim to hear about the fishing prospects.
And he has got some words of wisdom as well. I hear them quite a lot.
You shoot off and we'll have Jim. Right, Jim. Fishing prospects for June. I imagine most people are going to be interested in the rivers. Now, you've been living and breathing rivers with the strip swimming. What are they looking like and what do you reckon?
Well, there's certainly a good few venues that are going to be well up for trotting. This little bit of recent rain we've had has just put that little nice bit of colour in the river. All these sort of lovely creases that you're seeing sort of in the autumn time, they're starting to appear. So there's plenty of spots for running a stick float down, and I've seen plenty of small stuff topping around as well.
Well, that's a good sign. I suppose the ropes don't really show that well early on, don't they? So we're probably looking at sort of more like dace and perch.
Yeah, plenty of dace and perch. I've seen lots of perch around. So not any monsters, but plenty of small stuff in the edge as well. So there's plenty of bites to be had come June the 16th. So
chub and marble. I mean, you took the brood stock to the hatchery. From what I'm hearing from around the country, looks like they spawned 2 or 3 weeks ago at least. So hopefully they will be well mended come June the 16th.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, we always get them a little bit, probably 3 to 4 weeks hopefully before they spawn. But with this recent hot weather we've had, I'm quite sure that a lot of them would have had a good go already. So that was sort of, we're talking a couple of weeks now. So they've probably had a good month or so to recover. So I'm sure they're going to be really up for it, fighting fit and putting a bend in a few people's rods.
Yeah, well, I'm fully expecting next month to be seeing some pictures of some big barbel, that's for sure.
Yeah, we certainly will. And the sun's shining now, so seeing plenty of people around Wilmots recently. The carp are starting to feed off the surface, so plenty to go out this month, guys.
Thanks a lot, Jim. So that's it for another month. Well, with the rivers opening soon and the lakes fishing particularly well, all that remains for me to do is to wish you tight lines, and I hope you all get some great sport in the coming weeks.